So I'm making this video because I said I would. I've been having like a lot of seizures because my medication started on Monday and I think it's now Friday. I've been kicking my ass, but yeah, this video is going to be the start of like if you want a epilepsy or a seizure dog. Here's the first steps of like the training. First of all is picking out the dog. Like for me personally, I like bigger dogs. They can do a lot more, like they can reach things and you can teach them a lot more stuff. Otherwise, by smaller dogs kind of just say, hey, you're having a seizure type thing, because there's not really much they can do. The first part is teaching a dog to respond, which is visual seizures like convulsion. So starting off, like I have a lot of absent seizures, aurora seizures, stuff like that. That's not really noticeable. So there's no physical change where they can detect. That's more of like a sense where they gotta sense it type thing. I don't know. They don't know if it's a smell or if it's just something that they know that something's off with you. But that's something that they learn over time, so that takes years of training, while the response, can take, up to a couple months. And how you can do that under your control alone, so you don't need somebody else, and wait till that seizure happens, is to fake it. Like fake convulsions and drop to the floor and start convulsing. And my dog's only been training for a few days of this, and right now her training is to respond as acknowledgement that I'm in a seizure. So I'll convulse, fall to the ground type thing, and she'll get up and I train her to lick my face, so when I come to, her licking my face or my hand lets me know that I went into a seizure. And I'm training her so she somewhat is starting to, within 2 weeks of having her, she is somewhat starting to sense some of my absent seizures. Only some of them. It's really weird. Every once in a while she'll sense them, but she is learning to check, to where I have her sniff my hand, and if I'm going to go into a seizure or I went into a seizure, she'll lick it and let me know. And if not, if I'm good, like after I come out of a seizure, I'll have her check my hand, and if she doesn't lick it, then I'm fine. Which usually, for the most part, not 100. She's not. It's not if she doesn't lick me. It's not 100% that I won't go into a seizure, because she can't always sense them. But for the most part, I haven't gone into one. Now, if she licks me, it means I'm either still in a seizure or I'm about to go into a seizure type thing. And same thing, for the most part, she's been right. Like earlier, I had an aurora seizure and I lay down on the couch and she got in my face, started licking me and lay down on me, which is what my boyfriend trained her to do during seizures that I'm not conscious on, that to lay down on me. And she just wouldn't stop looking at me. And I'm playing my game on my phone, and it was like right after I had an aurora seizure, so I thought maybe she was detecting that I went into a seizure. But then, like, I started feeling funny, and I told her to check me, and she looked and everything, and that funny feeling, like getting really dizzy and everything. And I was like, oh, you're right, you're right. And then after it went away, I had her check me again, and she didn't lick my hand, and she got up, and I was perfectly fine after that. But I'll show you guys kind of the first thing. She's kind of resting right now, so I'm going to have to wake her up. So I'm going to get the camera situated so you can see. I do my kitchen area because I live in a small area right now, so the kitchen area is the best area. Let me see here if you can see my kitchen floor well or not. Oops, it's not heavy enough. Sorry, bear with me. I don't rehearse these things or, make sure before it happens. My house is a mess, but alright. Eva! Come here. Come here. I have to wake her up, otherwise she's only 7 months old, so she's still in training. So she doesn't always react right away. Like I said, it's only been a few days. But the first part that I've noticed as the best is at least train them to react, so that when you're in public and you go into a seizure, like I've gone into a seizure in public with her several times, and she's reacted to where people understood that she was a service dog, and they instead of freaking out, they're like, oh, is she okay? And my boyfriend's like, yeah, she's got epilepsy, not really much you can do about it. And they're like, oh, and that's her service dog because Eva's reacting. She's licking my face, laying on me. And like I said, she's only 7 months old. For 7 months old, she's pretty good for being her age, and I mean, shoot, her size. She's huge for 7 months. But this is basically what I do now. I do it randomly throughout the day. I'll just randomly like walk in the kitchen and then drop, and so she's or I'll do it in the living room. But like I said, there's not really much room to really practice with. But hopefully she'll do it. Because like I said, she's still in training, so you guys will follow her progress as we go through, and you'll see how effective it is. Now with her, she's different than most dogs. She's a lot calmer, and so a calm dog is the best because then they can handle this stuff better. But this is gonna be fun. Good girl. Yes, she's a good girl. Good girl. Yes, you are. Everyone on YouTube sees how good girl you are. We started this training on Tuesday, and it's now Friday, so it's been like 4 days of training. We started doing this on day 1, and she's starting. Let me pick the camera back up again. She's starting to learn, as you notice, to step over me, so then I don't hurt myself or I have hair in my mouth. Some of my seizures, I can get up, and get up type thing to where I try to move around, and I don't remember it, but she prevents all of that. She's learning, it takes years, like up to 5 years, to actually fully train a epilepsy seizure dog. And they always start out as a response. A seizure alert dog, like I said, there's not really much training. I've done a lot of research, and there's not really much training. It's more or less if that dog ever learns to sense it. Not every dog will sense it, so that's kind of something to look out. Like I have let her do certain things. Like I watch her movement around me and how she normally is, and if all of a sudden something changes, because I have a lot of seizures a day. Like just for my absence seizures, I have up to like 96 of those a day, which I'm conscious for majority of them. I don't even realize it. So she only detects a very few short amount of those. Like throughout the day, she'll detect probably like 3 to 4 of them, and then the rest of them she ignores. Like either she ignores, either she doesn't think it's bad enough that I need help, and she ignores it, or she's just not sensing them. I don't know. But she does. There's times that she's said that I've had a seizure and I didn't realize it. And I just wanted to also real quick, saw someone subscribe to me. Thank you for that. And also, if anybody and in my videos, I don't always know when I go into a seizure. And if anybody who knows anything about seizures or has seizures or type thing notices, shoot it down in the comments, because it will be easier for me to tell my neurologist when I've had them, how many I've had them type thing. Because we're still in the early process. I mean, I was born with it, and then had a lot of PTSD and trauma that's caused the other seizures. And I've always had seizures, but I didn't actually get diagnosed with epilepsy until about 21 or 22 years old. I think I was like 22, just turned 22 when they finally diagnosed me. And when they diagnosed me, a neurologist was like, "What do you mean nobody's ever caught you having seizures?" Either, he was like freaking out because my scans were so bad, and he was like, "I don't understand how nobody," and he immediately put me on medicine. And that was, I'm now 25, and I'm still don't have this under control. I'm still on the same medication that I'm actually allergic to, causes me to get angry and it become violent the longer I'm on it. But here shortly with my new neurologist. I've been having a hard time with insurance, so it's hard to stick with a neurologist. I've been moving around from state to state, and now that I've settled down in one area, I'm now able to concentrate on that. And I still don't have insurance, but I got this little card thing that gives me discounts on stuff, so that's been helping. I'm in the process of trying to get all that done, and because once I get all that done, then I can get everything as quickly as possible done. Um, but yeah, just comment anything you notice, comment any questions or anything, interact, subscribe, like the video, whatever. See you next video. I'll also just like anything that you want me to do a video on this topic. Definitely let me know, and I'll do my best to keep up with everybody. I do have a group on Facebook that I made to kind of keep up with my videos too, and keep up with Eva. I tend to post more on Facebook, and I don't really want everybody on my personal Facebook, so I decided to make it like a group to where it's kind of like a support group on top of about my videos and my dog. I don't really have people on, I don't really have people on there right now. I just mainly made it for when this channel kicks off or whatever. I'm kind of just like trying to keep it as real as possible, not really trying to edit or cut things out. I'm trying to keep it as realistic to where people actually understand. Like, I'm pretty sure going through you'll notice a lot of weird things. I'm very awkward. I repeat things. My brain's scattered, and this is stuff I want people to see, that this is what people with epilepsy go through. And some people, who know people with epilepsy might recognize things and be like, oh, that makes sense. It's not just them, or type thing. I don't know. I'm just really hoping these videos help people and have more awareness, because there's not enough funding on epilepsy. There's not enough awareness of it, enough research. They still, don't really know. There's no cure for epilepsy. It goes dormant. I guess, so far, from what I've realized, the only, quote, cure is brain surgery. And even then, there's a chance for it to come back because of the scar tissue from the brain surgery. So even then, it technically goes into dormant and can come back at any time. So, once you're diagnosed with epilepsy, it's a lifelong thing, and you suffer, and sometimes, some people are lucky and have it be able to go dormant for 10 years, 20 years, and be perfectly fine, to where it feels like they have a cure, and they say they're cured, when in reality they're not. It's just dormanted, or that's controlled by medicine, but you still have epilepsy. It's just because you stop having seizures doesn't mean it's gone away. It's still there. It just may not come back out. But it's dormant. It's kind of like cancer with remission. It'll be like remission for cancer with epilepsy. So, but yeah, I'm gonna see you guys next video. Yeah, bye.